I think it's time to dive into the biggest portion of the event, or at least the whole new thing that's completely different about this one compared to the others, is the choose your path. So as you guys saw in the trailer, there's 2 paths you can choose, and let's talk about these paths. So you have 2 initial progression paths you have to take. One is for the throwing axe, we call cleave the shadow, and the other is the hunting bow, which pierces the shadow. So you will have to choose a side, but don't worry, even if you choose a side after you complete one, you will be able to participate in the other one as well. And we have different reward progression for both sides. And as I mentioned, you can unlock the second path after completing the first one. If you guys want to mention anything in particular, like just in the overview side, Dennis, maybe?
No, I think we should dive right into the paths, and then
okay,
take it from there step by step.
We can sure do that. So then I think the first thing we should do is look at something really cool.
I love it.
Yep, so our first path is the throwing axe. So after you select the screen, you select throwing axe, let's say, in this case, and then you will unlock a progression path, which will give you instant access to the throwing axe tool.
1 second, slow down here. we have something to talk about. So actually, when as you could see on the previous screen, there's the screen with the 2 path selection, and also there's even like a disclaimer that don't worry, you will be able to complete both of the passes, and we are not locking you after making a choice from another progression, but you just need to decide where you want to start. So as Ben said, let's imagine that you pick the throwing axe path, which will lead you to the new event page, which we will show you a little bit later, with the different rewards there. And the rewards there, of course, it's like legendary skin for throwing axe, new legendary hunter, as well as blood bonds, $100, and even trade for throwing axe. So that's the first time when you will be able to unlock trade via the event progression. And the first unlock that's going to be in the progression bar, the base tool, the throwing axe itself. So when you start the progression, you will need to collect some points to unlock this tool. So it's not initial unlock, but it's like the very first unlock in a 100 event points, and you will get access to the base tool.
Yeah, which is the throwing axe, and we will have a gameplay section a bit later where we actually talk about how the new items work. But first we want to go through the event part of the presentation, basically. And yeah, so Sina mentioned the unlock tree, so let's just take a look at that page now. So maybe just, you want to drive us through it, yeah.
As a quick thing before we do that, so we mentioned already like that you're gonna unlock these gameplay elements obviously throughout the event, right? Just a very important point to mention right before, because you can already see some questions popping up here and there. Of course, once the event is concluded, these weapons, this equipment, and all of the stuff that will still be available. The only thing obviously that will be event exclusive is the legendary content, as in the previous events, but anything that is gameplay relevant will of course after the event be normally unlockable through the normal progression we have. But for the purpose of the event, you have to kind of work a little bit for getting your hands on them. That's why choosing the path and this thematic differentiation is so interesting for us this time around.
But also the good thing, if you will be able to get it via the event, it doesn't matter which rank you are. You don't need to wait like the correct rank to unlock or follow the like different variants to unlock the stuff. So once you reach the unlock and with event points, that's yours, no matter which rank you are.
Yeah, so this applies to traits as well for the weapons. So let's say you can see there's a trait unlock for the Tomahawk. It doesn't matter what rank you are, you will unlock it during the event, but obviously after the event it will be tied to the regular progression system. But we will also talk about
all of that exactly a little bit later. Yeah. First now, let's talk about the events and let's have a look at the progression for the throwing axe.
Yeah, so as Senia mentioned, on the Throw XX side, you can unlock get $100, blood bonds, as well as obviously 2 legendary skins for items, and then 1 legendary hunter at the very end as the last reward. We will show you all that in a second as well. And as she also mentioned, if you finish the path, you will be able to continue in the other path. So as you can see, you will be able to continue the hunting bow path after finishing the X1. But we have a video to show of the progression system. So while I'm showing that, maybe Senia can explain how it exactly works in action.
Yeah, so basically the progression contains, like, you're already like familiar with our progress bar and different reward steps. So we have some in-between rewards in this progression, which are $100 and blood bonds, and also like unique skins and even trade, which you're locking, just like earning points, and you're getting this trade and you can use it after this, again, no matter which rank you are. Also, there daily caps will be presented, but one important thing, that daily caps will be presented on the first chosen path. So if you pick the throwing axe as the first progression, you will be seeing like daily caps in this progression. But if your friend chose the hunting bow path, then logs will be presented there. Once you will move to the second progression, daily logs will not be presented there. So you can move like straight forward to the end of the second progression. The one important thing here, that bonus points like overflow, not bonus points, but event points overflow is not going to be transferred to the second progression. You should keep in mind that you start your progression with 0 points. So if you completed the first pass, you'll be automatically redirected, and then you'll start the progression with 0. But another nice thing there, so in the start of each progression, you will get 2 boost consumables for free for both passes, but a little bit later we will talk about boost consumables.
Yeah, exactly. We will tell you how the boost works this time, because it will be also a bit different than usually. And
so basically, in a nutshell, what you get is 2 times the same progression. It's basically 2 events in one. First you pick one path, and then you pick the other one, and that means lots of rewards, which is really, really cool.
Exactly. There's a lot of rewards to unlock, guys. Like, it's crazy, and they look so cool. So with that being said, let's look at the rewards from the throwing axe path, the path of the axe. And the first one is a legendary WINFIELD marksman called BAYOU Phoenix, and it looks something like this. It's quite beautiful.
I like it. It's finally like a skin for the WINFIELD marksman. I've been waiting for that for quite some time now.
Yeah, I know a lot of people have been, actually. Yeah.
As we promised, and as we always saying, like, eventually every weapon will get their skin, even if multiple sometimes. So now it's the WINFIELD's turn finally. Yeah,
you will not get some lore reading right now, but you will have to do that during the event to find out about the story of each weapon. So we didn't want to reveal that right now. The second one is the legendary throwing axe itself, which is the Tomahawk. And here it is. So yeah, it's obviously a brand new tool and a brand new skin for it right from the get-go, and it looks freaking amazing.
Yeah, this is amazing. I love it.
And the biggest reward obviously is the hunter for this path, the third son. And he looks something like this.
Yeah, it's really cool that basically each of the progression paths has like legendary hunter at the end. So it means that technically you can just unlock 2 legendary hunters just by playing, which is like double the amount you normally get, which is great. So I think everybody's happy. I'm happy.
Exactly. And that's it for the throwing axe path. And let's take a look at the hunting bow. And let's just look at it in a second.
What these things next to it could be, I don't know. Looks like some weird sticks. I don't know. Could this be arrow types?
Some weird sticks, yes. So the hunting bow path. So similarly as to the last path, the first unlock you get is access to the hunting bow, which is a brand new weapon. And the hunting bow comes with 2 traits, which you also unlock during the progression path in that particular path. And then you can also unlock 3 custom ammo variants, but we will talk a bit about them later in the stream. But I guess you can see a bit of sneak peek of them right here.
There might be some hints there.
I mean, we won't say what they are, but you can guess. I already see some guesses in the chat. You guys are right, not all of you though. And then as on the last path as well, you unlock 2 exclusive legendary weapon skins that you cannot get anywhere else, just during the event. And obviously the exclusive legendary hunter at the very end of this progression tree. And we also have an image of the progression tree. Xenia, maybe you want to drive us through this as well?
Yeah, so basically the hunting bow progression is like a bit different that we all got used to from the previous event, when we have like legendary skins and some in-between rewards like boost consumables, $100, blood bonds. We kept it for throwing axe. But this progression is a purely like gameplay unlock. So as an in-between rewards, you are not actually getting like pack of consumables or $100. No, you're getting unlock for custom armor or hunting bow. You're getting unlock traits there. So you can get your hands like first there and try it out. So that's this progression about. So basically, when you're choosing the path, I mean, keep in mind that gameplay stuff will be available after the event is over. So like exclusive stuff inside the event is like legendary hunter, legendary weapon skins. And when you're choosing the path, like what are you more interested in? Like to unlock gameplay stuff first, or just earn maybe some blood bonds, or maybe $100 inside the progression, or like which hunter even do you like more?
Yeah, which I think is really cool. It gives you that choice. Like you can kind of even like complement each other, right? Like so one guy in the team plays with the throwing axe first, and then the other guy picks the bow and arrow, and you can kind of support each other. Because we're going to talk about how you can earn points, etc. in a minute as well.
Exactly, and just like in the other path, if you finish this first, then you will have a chance to complete the whole other path as well. Cine also mentioned it just now, so don't worry. I still seen some people in chat not knowing or not understanding. When you finish one path, you can move on to unlock the other one as well, so you won't miss out on half of the rewards.
Just keep on playing, you get everything.
Exactly.
Just one thing to mention, maybe it might look a bit confusing, because we mentioned that daily caps will be presented only in one first chosen progression, but here we see like on the bow, throwing axe and bow and arrow, but it's just because when we are capturing, it's always like first chosen progression for us. So don't worry, daily caps only presented on the first chosen progression, no matter which progression you choose.
Yeah, and they're basically just like in order to allow everybody to kind of like get into this and not have people like complete the event in the first 24 hours. So it just helps us to wind up a little bit, because as you guys seen in the beginning, that event will go for quite some time. We're talking about like 4 weeks of event time, which is quite a lot. So we want to make sure that everybody still has also the chance to really go and unlock stuff and play with things as the event progresses.
Also, daily caps allow you to earn some hunter XP.
Exactly.
So
Exactly, and in Milnaval in the background, I already showed the rewards, a little sneak peek at least, but now it's time to talk about them, at least look at them in a bit more detail. So we have a new legendary conversion pistol, which is called Faultless, and it looks quite fancy.
This one is really nice, because like as you can notice there, like it's also there's like a physical change to it, a geometry change, where we kind of smooth out the whole drum. So normally it is kind of like a little bit with the rims inside, like as you know, the Culver conversion pistol, but this time it's completely smoothed out, similar to what the Lemut looks like, which is actually a lot closer to like the old conversion pistols of that era. So we wanted to give this a bit more of a vintage look, like someone has been using this for quite some time.
And the second legendary is for the hunting bow itself, the Wayfinder. Looks super cool.
So this is really nice. I mean, the hunting bow on its own is quite a piece of work. I really love it, but like just being able to just go around it thematically like that, just it adds like one layer on top for me personally.
And obviously the last unlock of the path is the Exile legendary hunter. she's also really badass. So it will be a hard choice which one to get first.
Which will you go for, Benz?
I will probably go for the hunting bow just to mess around with it.
Probably since I had the privilege of being able to play this for quite a bit already, I'll probably go for the throwing axe. That way I can support the people I play with, because throwing axe is really nice as a tool. It's very tactical. I like the flexibility it offers.
And what about you, Senia? Which one would you prefer?
I mean, everyone is voting for bow and arrow, but like I said, the gameplay stuff you will be able to get anyway. And I think that Sword Sun Legendary Hunter looks dope.
Wow, okay.
That's a fair point.
Yeah, chat, you can like write hashtag throwing axe or hashtag hunting bow to write your choice, and I guess we will count them. I won't, but yeah. You can show your support.
But actually, if you're playing with friends, so maybe that there will be reason to split your choices. Like we are going to talk about it a bit further. But maybe there is a reason to pick like different passes and play together.
It looks really split actually. I'm surprised. That's cool to see though. So.
Which is good that we did something right.
Yeah, that's really cool.